What's up, everybody? River Caraba, the analytics guy here, coming at you with another video. Today is a supercharged video, a question that I've got literally since the beginning of our channel, and that is, what do I do with the demographic information from my social media? That doesn't matter if it's YouTube or Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, you name it. When the information comes back at me for the demographic information, we're going to talk about what that is and how you should use it. So, you know me, no BS, let's jump right in. The first thing, what is demographic information? Well, demographics is a lot of the type of information that's gathered with a census, so what's the age? That could include household income, that could include where do you live, all of those types of information. So it's a pretty wide bucket, but it doesn't have anything to do with behaviors. So, you like to get coffee at the local shop on the store every morning is a behavior, right? The fact that you are such and such age is demographic. So hopefully that clears it up a little bit. The next thing I want to talk about is how and why should you care about this information. So demographics are going to give you all of the information on your audience. Okay, so this is what makes up your particular audience in terms of what gender are they, and again, that age and things like that. And why that information is important to you is because time and time again, the most relevant videos for someone are going to be the ones that they care about the most. Those are going to be the ones that they share with those friends, all kinds of good information that's going to lead you to create better content and have more engaging content, the customized video to those audiences. So if you look up insights that you can see through the data that those people care about, that will help you determine your content and get you down the road to those better and more relevant videos. There's my wife's cat. So there's no better example than my professional world that I live in, which is with advertisers, as to how they use and utilize this information. Now, the benefit that advertisers have over small businesses, entrepreneurs, or creators like yourself is that they pay, in some cases, millions and millions of dollars to have access to syndicated research platforms where there is a really stable, awesome amount of data that provides countless, I can't even tell you how much information, where people are signing up to be part of a panel or research studies where we can get this information. But like I said, the problem is that these aren't accessible to you and me. But there are some free tools out there that allow us to get almost all the way there, right? So again, it doesn't matter if you're on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook or YouTube or what have you, this platform that I'm about to go through in these insights are super, super relevant. So the first thing I'm going to do is just click over to this tool, and it is actually Facebook Audience Insights. So if you go to business.facebook.com, so you'll see that in the description below, you will come to a page like this. If you come to the little buttons up here, go to More Tools, and then the Audience Insights, you come to a page that looks just like this. Now, it gives you some information here. So some of us have Facebook pages, or maybe that's what you do is you focus on Facebook. You can actually see what are the people that are just connected to my page if you want to build a custom audience, or if you just want everyone on Facebook. Now, I'm going to click everyone on Facebook, and the reason why, okay, some of the largest syndicated research platforms in the world, i.e. Nielsen, Millward Brown, they back up their data and information from Facebook data. So whether some of you know this or not, Facebook does deploy different types of technology that allows them to gather a ton of information on people. Now, they do not sell personal identifiable information, but they will say, things like, do you own a pet, like is on the table behind me? Or what are these different types of behaviors that they may see with you on Facebook, and can they create buckets for those? And that's what this platform is. So let's dive back in there. So you'll see right here that this is just kind of released for everyone. So they have the demographic information, page likes, location activity, all kinds of purchase activity, all kinds of really good stuff in here. The second tool that I'm actually going to go through is a tool called Facebook IQ. So Facebook IQ, so I'm going to call Facebook IQ. I'm just going to show you how easy it is to get to that. You just Google search, you can click on it right here. And Facebook IQ is a ton of research that Facebook has actually done across advertisers across their platform. And there's all kinds of really good insights. So if you go up here and you have a vertical that you are particularly interested in, so maybe it's entertainment and media, right? You can click in here and they'll have all kinds of different studies or information that you can have in here. One of my favorite things for you guys is just using the information that I have from the advertising world and providing it to you because you don't know it exists. This is a big one. But let's go back to that audience insights tool and talk about how exactly would we use this. So the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and zoom in here a little bit just so you can see that. Hopefully you guys can see that a little better now. And the biggest thing here that you can really start to zero in on is emulating the data that you're seeing. So again, go into those native platforms. So first, let's go into YouTube, for example. So we're going to go into YouTube. We're going to navigate up to our Creator Studio. We're going to come up here, come into Analytics. Loading, loading, loading. And we're going to go into Demographics. Okay, so demographics is going to default to a view that looks something like this. So the view that you're looking at right now are males and females across this vlogging channel and the ages that you have here. You can dive into a ton of different information here. But just in looking at this right now, you can see that this audience is predominantly 25 to 34, both male and female. Something that's kind of interesting here is that it skews younger for female, but older a little bit for male. But maybe we care about that bread and butter the most, that 25 to 34. Now, if anyone is watching who is part of my vlogging channel, you are all equally cared about. But for demonstration purposes, we're going to pick that 25 to 34. So we can come back to the Audience Insights tool here on Facebook. And remember, this is everyone, all right? So we can start to plug in some of this information. So if we come back here, maybe we are wondering, you can click this down by geography. And this is in the last 28 days. It looks like there is a pretty significant amount in the US. And maybe for a video idea that I have, I want to look at just the US information. So I may come up here, make sure that US is up here, or if you want to dig into a specific country, make sure you do that because the insights are going to be different for each country that you go into. So here we go. We can start to build this now. So let's say we want to do all genders and we're going to pick 25, go find it, 34. Okay, so you can see already the information has changed. So obviously demographically, we're just talking about that single vertical. But down here, there's all kinds of different information that you can start to get info about. So out and about, what does that mean? So if you hover over here, it says out and about is dominated by middle income, childless couples in their mid-20s. This group, mainly high school grads, owns their homes and tends to live in suburbs and towns around the country. The just random information here. So relationship status, so depending on how you're going to talk to these people, whether they're single, their education levels, job titles, all of this information you can see depending on how you want to use it is really interesting. Page likes. So here on Facebook, again, these are the pages that they're liking on Facebook, but remember, there is active tracking involved, and so different pages that they interact with and things like that. Facebook is going to have that syndicated research free for you. Now, it's one thing that I kind of glazed over. You will need to establish maybe an advertiser or a page that you need to get into this information. It's just like if you were going to run ads for your given channel, or your given platform on Facebook or what have you. But then you get access to this information. There's just so much here. You know, what pages they like on Facebook. I particularly like the activity here. So how engaged are these people? So if you want to understand a little bit of worth it or something like that, you can start to understand here how are they engaging, on what devices are they engaging. So 62% of this audience that I'm looking at, so men and women 25 to 34 in the US are mobile only. So let's just talk about that insight just for a second. Today's going to be a long video, guys. I'm sorry, but if you're producing content on mobile only, okay, that will have to do with screen size and resolutions. If you want to ask them to interact with certain things or descriptions or cards or different things like that, you can prompt them for the platform in which you are predominantly speaking to them on, right? Now, I would caution you to look at all the other people that also make up the different parts of that audience on your platform of choice. But for instance, if you're an Instagrammer, you might want to filter this exclusively for mobile. Why? Because about this many people look at Instagram on desktop. Yes, Instagram does have a desktop version, just in case you're wondering, but no one uses it. So that is a good example. Or this household data. Let me flip that screen back over. Here are their median household incomes, where you can look at the household size or different things. Like, it is completely up to you how you want to use this information. I'm just providing you access or info about that this, it truly exists. So how you want to creatively use this is completely up to you. There's so much information in here, and there's even purchase data in here, which is great in terms of what they're purchasing, the Lyft numbers associated with that, what types of vehicles do they have. There's all kinds of information in here. But the great thing is you can always customize interests. So let's say I want to add an interest called YouTube. So that's something that we can sense in the data. You can see it all changes again. So maybe I'm looking from a YouTube perspective. They're interested in YouTube. This is using behavioral data. So it's not just someone liked YouTube on Facebook and that insinuates that they are interested in YouTube. No, this very much so is using the behavioral data. When you look in here, there's all kinds of interests that you can come in here. Connections. Maybe you want to see a certain page that you can see a couple here for us, but there's all kinds of different filters you could put in. Who is a negative target, so you want to understand people that you don't want to look at the data of the people who are already following something. There's all kinds of information in here. It's really great. In the advanced area, these are more behaviors, relationship statuses, financials, market segments, life events. So let's say people that are, having children and you're a family vlogger, you're about to get into that world and you want to understand how to put your, upcoming birth videos or whatever you're doing in front of the right people. This is the information that you want to use. So I've already been talking at you guys for like 12 minutes. There's so much information here. I'm going to be doing future videos on this topic specifically. There's just so much information to cover here, but please do check out this information. This is how you activate your demographic information so that you can emulate your demographics that you're seeing in another platform. So like we did with YouTube, and there's so much digging more that we could do there. I'll probably do this in a live stream one day just so you guys can ask questions as we go through. But then take that information, seed it into Facebook, right? So what I mean is like plug in that information like we did and now get the results. And so this will help you, like I said, create better content, more relevant content, and then really help you hit it out of the park. Or if you really want to lean in on a particular audience, what are they interested in? You can look that up and create that content. Guys, I'm so happy to be making this video for you today. I'm sure there's going to be a ton of questions. I live and breathe in these platforms every day, both professionally and here for all of you on YouTube for the Analytics Guy. So if you have any questions, please let me know in that comment section below, or you can tweet me at YoAnalyticsGuy, and we will see you in the next video.